until then. Just cruising. Hello, welcome to Sweet and Sour. I got the letters. I'll tell you what they are in a minute. We've got 4 beautiful ladies on the panel tonight, each very opinionated, very talented, and you're about to meet them. But first, on this camera over here, I'm going to tell you what the letters are. You ready? Come on, switch over. Here we go. It's called a transition. Oh, you beat me to it. Very good. Here we go. First letter tonight. You see, I feel I'm holding him back because I know he could have kids with another woman. His wife. IVF hasn't solved the problem. We'll see what the ladies have got to say. Second letter tonight. I'm worried about my husband's behaviour. Another wife writes in, but on this occasion, it's because he's hanging around with the daughter's friends, 2 teenage daughters. Teenage, that is, teenage, 16 and 17. Last letter tonight that the ladies will sink their teeth into. I love them dearly, but I just can't cope with their sheer bigotry. A child writes in, her parents, well, she's not really a child, she's an adult woman, but her parents are religious nutters, and she wants to know what to do. All these letters, beautiful ladies, coming up right now, Sweet and Sour.
Got a problem, big or small, would a miracle be nice? Our motley crew is back, churning out advice. You might even laugh a bit in the following half hour. Park your backside on the couch, cause baby it's time for Sweet and Sour. Right here on Sweet and Sour.
Pour some sugar on there, baby.
It's time for Sweet and Sour.
How's about some chili?
It's time for Sweet and
Welcome to Sweet
Sour.
and Sour. Lovely to have your company. Gary Mitchell with you for the next half hour. Let's meet our panellists. First up, hello Louise.
Hello, Gary.
These boots are made for walking.
Yes,
How's the shoes doing? Shoes?
Very well.
What does that mean? No boots?
No boots, just court shoes for professional women and airline cabin crew.
Good to have you here.
Yeah,
Airline
thank
cabin
you.
crew. Ooh, ever been an airline cabin person?
No, I've been on a plane.
Hello, Tan. Welcome to the show for the first time.
Thank you. I'm not nervous at all.
Not at all?
At all,
Okay.
not at all.
Let's see. Okay, let's see if we can put the pressure on. First timer. Terrific to have you. You're a finance broker.
I am indeed.
Wow. That industry is really tough at the moment, isn't it?
It is. Hopefully it'll get better in time. I think WA is sort of starting to bottom out. We don't
The
think
rest
it
of
can
the
go
states?
anymore.
The rest of the states
Oh,
gone.
I think they've got a lot more to look forward to.
Welcome to the show. Hello.
Hello.
What are you doing?
Nothing.
What do you mean nothing? You're studying, you're painting,
I'm
you're
not studying.
exhibiting.
Where are you getting that
Have
from?
you finished studying?
Yeah, we start uni again next week.
Students, you know, they don't get it. Nice to have you here, Al.
Nice to be here, Gary.
Hello, Maya.
Hello, gorgeous man. How are you?
Oh, you can be on next week and the week after as well. What an intro. Lovely to have you here.
Thank you. It's wonderful to be back again. Thanks for asking me back again. I feel thrilled.
Do me a favour. I want you to assess everything that I'm saying tonight
I shall.
for my negative neuro-linguistic programming, because I've been told I have very negative
Okay.
words that reinforce my speech.
Ah.
Who told me that? Hello, my sister. Lovely to have you watching. Terrific.
I'll be
I think
watching
I'm
him, sister.
I think I'm a positive person most of the time.
Ah, well, there you go.
Well,
See.
until
Yeah.
we lay into some of the letter writers. Here we go. First one coming to us from Marilyn of Cottesloe in WA. Hi, panellists. I have a lovely little home with my husband of 12 years, but no children, unfortunately, though we did try for years. After spending more than $40,000 of our funds trying to get pregnant, we agreed to give up and maybe adopt later, but we are getting a little past it. That's not an issue for me. What concerns me, though, is my poor, suffering husband. You ready, ladies? Whilst I'm content with our lot, and I'd even call myself a happy homebody, I know my husband always wanted his own kids and he can't get past it. I give him a lot of latitude, as he's a good man, but he's very restless. Without going into details, he's had occasions where he's strayed to other women, but I understand that he still loves me very much, and the behaviour is a direct reaction to his situation. I suppose the full picture is to also tell you that we are opposites and always have been. He's always been the very dynamic, always on the move type. You see, I'm holding him back because I know he could have kids with another woman. As I've said as much to him, but he's so lovely that he just smiles and tells me not to be silly. As much as I love him, does the panel think as I do, that I should let him go? It comes to us from Marilyn of Cottesloe in WA. Should she let him go?
Yep. Yeah. Well, he's already played around on you. You stupid. God.
Are kids the be-all and end-all in a marriage?
No, it's not. You know, like you'll find out later on, a lot of marriages don't end up together forever. And if you don't have children, then there's nothing holding you together. But even if you have children...
What about love?
There's no such thing. Anyway, the thing is,
that's another
no, if he's already played around on you, you know the answer. Deep down, you know in yourself that you should let him go, because you're only going to make yourself miserable in the end, you know, because he'll find a younger woman who will be able to give him children, and then he'll start a family up with her, and then you'll be on your own, so get used to it.
Oh, Al's pretty definitive
Well,
on that one.
it's just the way it is, you know, like...
Maya, come on in. Hang in or not hang in?
Well, it's stay and be happy with him straying, or you ask yourself the question, do you take him at face value? When he says not to be so silly and that he loves you, take it at face value. If you don't mind him straying, then, you know, you ask yourself, what is the most important thing? Is it love, or is it you being together, or is it him having a relationship with someone he can have a baby with? But if he's saying he loves you and not for you to not to be so silly, then take him at face value. But if you do not want him to stray, you need to put your foot down and say, this is what needs to happen, okay? Put your foot down.
Lou, can he go off and have a kid with another woman and still stay in the marriage?
Oh, well, no.
That's his cake and eat it too.
Yeah,
She's already
no.
given him his
I'm
cake so
certainly
far.
not calling him poor suffering husband, and she's actually
Yes.
enabling the situation.
She's
She
too
knows
kind.
exactly what's going on, and she's enabling it and saying, oh, poor guy. He's probably suffering, you know, there's lots of unresolved
Suffering?
issues.
What
No, as
is
far
he?
as,
He's not
you know,
suffering,
the
he's out having a bit on the
situation.
side.
No,
He's
but you
probably
know
still
what?
having affairs.
Men actually, you know, associate, you know, masculinity with fertility and being able to conceive, generally, that is. Don't want to offend anybody. But so he's obviously struggling with that.
Louise is speaking for all of us men.
So, but, you know, she's saying they're so totally different, so maybe it's time to actually cut him loose or get the communication happening, set some really refined boundaries and very clear consequences to his actions. So if she's still saying after all that, should I let him go? I'd be telling him goodbye.
Yep.
Tan, last word.
Okay, I think she should let him go. In fact, I think he's already gone. And I think he went a long time ago. Regardless, I don't think that he doesn't love you. I think he does love you, but I think he doesn't know how to get out now. And he is making it very clear that he's really not invested in the relationship in the way that he should be. And he's showing that by accidentally tripping and falling into other women's vaginas. There is only, and you are, I agree with you, you're enabling his behaviour, and I don't think you're doing yourself any favours, and you deserve more.
We asked you people at home to answer this question for us. Is having kids still one of the most significant reasons for staying married? And here's what you said. On the screen, you'll say 42% said yes, 58%, the majority, almost 60%, said no.
Doesn't work.
I don't know what the answer is there. The ladies all seem to think it's over, honey. No hope. When we come back, we're going to be chatting about more husbands. This particular one is hanging around young girls, his daughter's friends. Don't go away. More spice on Sweet and Sour.
He'll keep falling into other.
It's time for Sweet and Sour. Right here on Sweet and Sour.
They're not degrading fast enough. We're talking about the plastic bag thing. Anyway, here we go. If you'd like to send us a letter, send it to one of these 5 social contact points that's on your screen right now. And if you want to be involved in Your Say, where we ask you questions online and then we read out the answers at the end of every segment, go to Facebook, because all those questions every week are up there. Now, if you do send us a letter, and we happen to discuss it on the panel, we're going to send you to the movies courtesy of our very gorgeous Natalie Cameron and NRC Communications. And the movie we're sending you to this week is called Mission Impossible Fallout. Is Tom Cruise in this one as well?
Yes.
All right, here we go. Letter number 2, Party Boy. Hi, Sweet and Sour. I'm worried about my husband's behaviour around our daughter's friends. To get to the point, If he's not chatting them up when they're here at home, he's just leering at them, almost salivating. Our girls are a year apart, aged 16 and 17, and they both have a large circle of girlfriends their own age who are always dropping in. During the summer months, their friends are always in our swimming pool. And it's great that the girls have so many friends, and I don't want to discourage them, nor alert them to any unsavoury behaviours their dad may be exhibiting. And now for the second year in a row, my husband has volunteered to hire a limo and chauffeur the girls to and from their school formal. I thought it was a great idea last year. That was until I found out weeks later that he supplied alcohol, champagne, to the girls he was supposed to be supervising and chauffeuring. I've got to put a stop to this behaviour by my husband, but I'm at a loss as to what to do. I never imagined that I would have to deal with something like this. Help, please, writes Anna of Burnside in South Australia. Lou, we're going to you first.
Is it too extreme to poke his eyes out?
No.
Maybe a blindfold, but I think it's appalling. I'm a mother of 2 girls, and if my husband behaved like that, I don't know what I'd do.
The 2 girls haven't noticed it yet, and none of the girls have felt uncomfortable
I know,
to
but
say
that's not
anything.
the point, because as parents, you're supposed to be protecting those girls and making them feel comfortable.
Good point.
So, I wouldn't allow him to get the limo. I wouldn't allow my daughters to have friends over. Definitely not in a swimsuit. I would think of alternatives. Oh, let's go rock climbing.
You've just turned into the fun police, though, for them. You're penalising them, not him.
Oh yeah, you have to have words with him, and that's appalling. And I don't know. I don't know that I could stay around.
Oh, you'd actually pack up and disappear.
Yeah.
How do you know that it's real? He's not actually touched anyone.
I was at a Christmas party one time, and then the children were in the pool, the girls and boys, like young teenagers in the pool, in bikinis and things, being children, adults over there, and one guy said, he was making these inappropriate comments about the 13-year-olds in bikinis, and I was appalled, and I assured myself that I would never allow my girls to be around this gentleman in
Tanya?
the future.
I'm going to have to disagree a little bit there. I think maybe Mummy's being a little bit too sensitive.
Precious?
Yep. At the end of the day, I mean, for starters now, like girls today basically look like supermodels, majority of them.
When they're 13?
When they're 13.
Still doesn't excuse a bloke,
16
though.
and 17, and they're obviously, I mean, chicken's hormone free now, but it may not have been whilst they were growing up. So most young girls today seem to be very well endowed. The other thing though is I think he's actually just trying to be a cool dad. He's trying to stay hip and current and wanting to like hang out with the girls, and it's his way of making him feel young. Maybe he's got a bit of a Peter Pan complex. I don't think he's intentionally trying to be creepy, and girls are very perceptive to start with. So if anything, you would see the girls stop coming to visit if they felt like he was being like pervy.
Why doesn't she just have a word to him?
Jeez, you know, Anna. You know, he's a man. They've got eyes. They're visual creatures. They see a beautiful girl. They look. What's wrong with that? I'm sure if the pool was full of guys that had gorgeous bodies, Adonises, you would be looking. Who wouldn't? It's natural to look. He's having a good time. So I just think you're a little bit of I just think there's something wrong with you. Maybe you're out of shape or whatever. Get yourself back into shape. Get in a bikini, get in the pool with the girls, and then be part of that scene. And leave him alone. He's just having fun, you know. Gosh.
No one's suggesting
woman.
that you have a word to the bloke. Why not?
I am.
Okay, Maya is. Okay, don't want to be leading the witness or anything.
If he's leering and salivating and chauffeuring them and encouraging them to drink alcohol, A, have you asked him the question, why are you doing this? Why are you behaving this way? And B, ask him, how would he like to feel if his friend's father was acting the same way
Shoe on the other
to
foot.
his precious daughter?
Daughters, yeah.
How would he feel then? And I think he's perhaps actually not aware of his behaviour, but once he is fully aware of his behaviour, how unacceptable it is, and that there are consequences if he wants to carry on that way. Very severe consequences.
Give him the benefit of the doubt, but put him on notice.
Absolutely.
Goodness me.
Absolutely.
Oh, fun police again over here. We asked you people at home, is it normal for a middle-aged man to find his daughter's friends attractive? Bit of a loaded question there, you think? Here we go. 27% of people said yes, it's normal. And 73% of people said no, it's not. I don't agree with that.
I don't agree.
Why wouldn't you find all of your friends, your daughter's friends, attractive?
You can find them attractive, but if you're being creepy about it, that's
This just is it normal for a middle-aged man to find his daughter's friends attractive?
she's the one writing the letter.
That's her perception about it, you know, and she could be tweaking it in her favour.
Political
So
correctness
I just think,
gone
no,
nuts.
She's just.
You're welcome to look and don't touch. What do you think everybody gets dressed up
Nana
for?
from
So they can be
Burnside.
looked at and appreciated. When we come back, we're talking, Melbourne.
Melbourne?
The religious fuddy-duddies, she
Melbourne?
writes.
Melbourne?
Yes, the daughter writes in to see if there's anything that can be done about her parents. When we come back, more of Sweet and Sour.
From Melbourne.
Melbourne.
Hope you're enjoying Sweet and Sour because it's the most amount of fun you can have with your clothes on.
It's time for Sweet and Sour. Right here on Sweet and
Cruising.
Sour.
We'll be finished early, I think. Welcome back to Sweet and Sour. To Understanding is the title of this letter, and it's not really, is it? No, here we go. Holier than who is this one, I'm sorry. My parents are religious fuddy-duddies. They don't like anyone who doesn't think or behave as they do. I love them dearly, but I just can't cope with their sheer bigotry anymore. They constantly taunt me about how disappointed they feel with me, their only child, and how they gave me every chance in life, but turned out evil. Yet still, I keep visiting them because they're the only parents I have and I love them, and I know they love me despite the voluminous and constant criticism. I'm not an evil person, I don't seek to hurt anyone, and I do my best to help wherever I can. But still, that's not good enough for my mum and dad because I've stepped out of their extreme faith and out of their chronically insecure clutches. I'm not sure how I might help them, but I feel I need to. I don't know how to show them that not all people are evil, even if they're not a part of the religion of their choice. It's not such a light-hearted issue really, but if you have any suggestions, it would be greatly appreciated. And if you're wondering, it was a wonderful history teacher of mine who helped me to think for myself. Angelica of Pascoe Vale in Victoria. Maya.
Angelica, you can't change anyone. What you can change is how you, as you said, cope with it. So start to think of how you can actually cope with the way that they are. You cope with your response to the way they are. That's the only thing that you can control. You can't change their mind. You've said extreme and you've got voluminous, constant criticism. So you need to have a protective shield against that negative energy because that's going to keep on happening. If you keep your energy positive and look for, I know you might find it hard, but look for things that are actually positive about your parents. It could be tricky, but just keep on looking for that. And eventually your energy will change. You'll start to get very strong and just affirm to yourself every single day, I am good enough. I am a wonderful person, and don't let their negative energy come in contact with you.
Very good. Work on yourself,
That's
not on
it.
them.
No, you can't change them.
Yeah, no, that won't work.
No.
Why not?
I tell you what,
Nah.
her name's Angelica and she's from Pascoe Vale, so I'm thinking you're Italian. I feel your pain, love. I know exactly what you're going through with the not good enough. Although I was never a single child, I was the middle child, so I know what you're going through. And I had a boyfriend who was an only child with Italian parents, and he was never good enough. So it's just the culture that they're in and how they make, that's what they think. There must be something, I don't know, I don't know. I think they think by telling you that you're going to be better, by them criticising you makes you want to be better, but it can be damaging, as you can see.
We asked you people at home this question: is it normal? No, that's the last one as well. Here we go. Is religion a positive influence in the modern world? Here's what you said. Only 25% said yes. Everybody else, the overwhelming majority, said no. Is that what you think?
Religion. I didn't bring up religion, I was just talking about the person.
Yeah, all right. Tan?
Well, I think religion aside, pretty much we are all constant disappointments to our parents.
Oh, I'm not. I'm not.
Unless you're the favourite child. Sorry, my brother.
Oh, no, my parents were proud of all of us. What do you mean we're all disappointed?
They always have a favourite, and as long as you're the favourite, it doesn't matter.
That's true.
I think, first of all, the thing that you should consider when taking how your parents are feeling is to understand that they are passionate and really believe in what they believe, regardless of whether or not you do or don't. For them, they probably believe that you are going to go to hell. And
they don't want you to.
They don't want you to? No, because they're not going to see you in the afterlife, because they're going to be up there and you're going to be down here. So I think maybe they feel like they've failed you, and they've also failed their religion, and they've failed their God. So I think it is worthwhile trying to talk to your parents if you can, but I would do it on a divide and conquer basis.
Angelica, you really are an evil bitch after all of that, aren't you? Look what you've done to your parents.
Pick the parent that likes you the most and start that way and work on their emotions. Yes. And fake cry if you can. And it's important to remember that your parents called you Angelica, and I Google searched that, and in Latin it means angel. So they do love you, and you were probably always that angel, and you always will be. So don't be too hard on yourself.
Come on, last word, go Lou. What do you got?
Well, I think it's a bit more common than she thinks, and I think, as you say, there's.
You think it's a common?
It's common, especially with religions. I don't know about all the religions, so I won't. Don't profess to be professional at this, but there's a guilt factor in there, and if your children don't follow the faith or aren't as strong in faith as you are, you have failed. So, and I don't think maybe they're evil. Maybe they're evil, not she's
They
evil.
are.
I don't know.
See, evilness to me is selfishness, and they want her to be like they are.
I think if she constantly goes there.
It's ignorance. It's not evil. It's ignorance.
I don't think it's good for her to keep going there, though. I think she needs to back away and be around more positive people. I think she's.
Dilution theory
don't want to
says
change.
Louise.
That's one of the. That'd be good.
Learn how to cook.
Learn how to cook. That's a positive
I think
thing.
they're just in their house by themselves because they're just sad people.
I
The
think
credits are rolling.
I think she should try and get it sorted before she gets married and bring someone else into that disaster war zone.
Don't bring anybody into that disaster.
Stay single then.
Just
Yeah, no one will be good enough.
keep. Pasco Vale, they're probably in the street around the corner. We've got to go. See, the credits are rolling up there. Yeah, it tells us we've got about 3 seconds left. Good night, Lou. Lovely to have you here.
Yeah, thanks very much, Gary.
We'll see you again
Great to be
soon.
back.
Tan, did you enjoy your time?
I loved it, and I want to come back.
Okay, we'll have you back because you were pretty good. Alex?
Yes?
Good night.
Good night.
Lovely to have you, my darling. Maya, terrific to see you again.
Yeah, it's wonderful to be here. Thank you.
Thank all of our wonderful panellists. Thank our terrific crew here at Central. And thanks for watching. Good night, Australia. Bye-bye.
Bye.
That's it. See you next week. Da-da-da-da-da-da. You want to come back next week?
Yes.
You can't. I've already got a big team.